when you look at these last 3 games in the postseason, especially the way the regular season ended, does it feel like things are coming together at the right time, whether kind of offensively and defensively for your group?
Yeah, I felt even though we didn't play well in the last 2 regular season games, it was all coming together anyway. And, where we were at 4-9 to where we are today. And yeah, it's coming together. I think defensively, we have been pretty consistent throughout, really for about 6 to 7 weeks. We've been really consistent. I think offensively is where it's really getting better. Of course, it looks better when you make shots like we did last night, but just our execution, our understanding of our teammates and all that stuff. So it's come together. I mean, we felt that way. We've really felt like we're playing our best basketball. I mean, the Big Ten started, the 5-game winning streak, and then the Big Ten tournament we played well. And I thought last night was one of our better games. We really competed defensively and played well on the offensive end.
Were you pleasantly surprised with like the mentality coming out of the regular season and kind of running straight into the postseason well in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, it's just I can't explain what happened in those last 2 games. I know everybody wants to harp on it. I think the one game we just really didn't show up was Northwestern. I thought there were some bad breaks in the Penn State game. It was a game we really could have put it away, been up 14-16 and put it away. Instead, there were some breaks that happened that got it down low, and then we just kind of panicked. It was kind of a weird feeling in that building. It was our first game with fans. It was really I can't really explain it, but I didn't really look into it as much. I knew we were in the postseason, got our guys to relax, and we've been playing really well.
We'll go to Daniel Oyefusi of the Baltimore Sun next.
Hey, Mark, as you go on to Alabama, we talked about how they're a team that likes to shoot threes, but they're also a team that likes to push the pace. You guys, you're pretty methodical. How, what's the message in terms of trying to make sure that you're playing on your pace instead of theirs?
Well, we got to play Maryland basketball to have a chance. They're pretty special. We play a lot of fast teams, but they probably play the fastest, probably shoot the quickest, probably the most athletic team we've played. We've played some athletic teams. And what makes them really hard to guard is they can shoot the three, but they're all really good off the dribble too. So they put a lot of pressure on your defense. So yeah, there's a reason they want to get. I said last night, I'm either the 5th number 1 seed. Any team that wins a Power 5 conference league and tournament is a special team. So they're a special team, and it's going to take an unbelievable effort defensively for us. But we've been preparing for teams like Alabama all year. We just got to play well.
And a quick follow-up, I know last year's team obviously would have had a lot of returning guys for that potential run, but how crucial and how important has it been to have 3 upperclassmen guys in Daryl, Aaron, and Eric who have been here 2 years ago and had that tournament experience?
Yeah, I think it was huge, and I think that was really kind of the difference in the game, to be honest with you, last night. Danny's done a great job at Connecticut. They made that step to the NCAA tournament, but it was for their players, it was their first NCAA tournament game. And that's a lot on you. And our guys' experience really showed. Wiggins was terrific, Daryl was terrific, and Eric was terrific. So, and then Dante's just played. I thought Dante was really, really good too. And I thought Hakeem, because he's played so many minutes, but because we had that experience, it kind of rubbed off on the other guys. And Galen had played in an NCAA tournament his freshman year, so he had been there. It's new for Jarius, but I thought the experience helped us last night.
We'll go to Alex Dacey from the Diamondback.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned Galen there. Obviously, this is, his return game going back to Alabama, going back to playing against Alabama. What's he feeling like? Kind of how's he feeling entering the game tomorrow?
He's excited, obviously. It's funny because we were taking these group pictures up on this rooftop with the bracket behind us, and Alabama was up there when we were up there. And man, they love Galen. It was really cool to see. They were yelling his name and G and all this, and he went over and he's giving them all a hug. So, he's got a lot of really good friends on that team. I know him and Petty were roommates for a couple of years and really, really close. He talks about him a lot. So Galen's excited, you know. It's an opportunity to play against his former teammates. I'm hoping Galen plays well. And, you know, it's college basketball and the way you see it. But I know Galen will be fired up. But he also has a ton of respect for those guys, and he loves his old teammates. Just like we saw Josh Tomajic here. You thought he was still a part of our team, hugging him in the hallways, and just so great, so happy for Josh. So I'm sure they feel the same way about Galen.
We'll go to Lila Bromberg of Testudo Times.
Hey, Coach. You know, Alabama's a team that's taking a lot of their shots from deep, you know, taking over 46% of them. Just what's kind of your strategy in maybe limiting some of those, or just how you guys want to be able to defend the arc against a team that shoots as well as they do?
Yeah, it's difficult. I think it starts with transition defense, starts with offense, getting good shots, not turn the ball over, and then great transition. And then you got to be able to guard the ball. So if we're getting beat off the dribble all night, you know, we have to come help, you're going to give up shots. So we're going to be challenged that way. We got to decide who we're going to let beat us. What I mean by that is, you know, guys driving, this guy's a 30% shooter instead of a 38% shooter. We're going to come and help on that drive, you know, and just decide that. And we're still in the works of doing that right now with our team. You know, we got back to the hotel late last night, obviously, with the drive. And we met this morning and went through a few things, but we'll start talking about those things. But they're a trip. I mean, to me, they're the 5th number 1 seed. I mean, they can win a national championship. They have the talent. They've proven themselves all year. They're a terrific team. So, you know, we're going to be challenged, but, you know, hopefully we'll be locked into personnel and how we have to guard, and hopefully we choose right, and some guys to miss some shots. But in the end, we got to rebound too. I mean, they're one of the best. I mean, they send 4 guys to the boards like it's like they're going to, they haven't eaten in a week, going to, you know, get dinner. They come crashing hard. So they're athletic. It's a great challenge for us.
We'll go to Andy Koska of Washington Times.
Hey, Mark, when Wiggins kind of shoots from deep as he did last night, 4-6, what does that kind of do for the offense? I know he's, I think, 34% from the field, hasn't been maybe as consistent as he wants, but if he can kind of hit from deep, does that open things up for a lot of people?
No doubt. We got 7 out of him and Eric. Dante got 1. Daryl got 1. That was huge. You got 2 on out of bounce unders. Yeah, it opened it up. You saw us get to the basket, had back-to-back dunks, because you have to, you know, stay close and shadow and do things. So, yeah, it helps. You know, he hasn't been consistent as we would like for him to be, but our whole team hasn't been, you know, most of the year. We've been a little bit more consistent here in the last 6 weeks. Yeah, it's great. I was happy for Wiggs, see him knock those shots down, but I think we had 3 guys in double figures. We got to get 4, and we got another guy around 7 or 8 tomorrow night, you know, to have a chance. Yeah, when he's shooting like that, it opens things up.
We'll go to Hank Curse of the Associated Press.
Hey, Coach. Coaches always talk about defense and focusing on defense, but in the tournament, when as you go along, every team gets better and better. Is there more of a focus on defense? Do you pay more attention to it?
Well, I think every coach is different. I think the one thing that's very underrated about Alabama is how good they are defensively. They're a terrific defensive team with their length and everything. So we concentrate on it because we have to. You have no chance if you can't get stops. And yeah, I mean, you got to be locked in the scouting report. And I think the best teams here are the ones that can do it on both ends. But you give yourself a chance if you can definitely do it on that end. And if you can guard and not stop guarding, it gives yourself a chance. But I know we'll approach it that way. We'll work most on defense and how we're going to try to guard them more so than offense, even though we have a good idea of what we're going to try to do offensively tomorrow night.
Is it a bigger factor in the postseason, how the defense plays?
Well, I think every game counts all year. People might not view it that way. every game's, it's a challenge. It was a challenge for us this year. Is it a bigger focus? Not for us, because we had to focus on it all year. But I think every coach that's here really spends time. Yeah, if you want to write that, you can say I said it. But for us, it's, something we do every game.
Thank you.
Yeah. Didn't answer your question. Sorry.
No, you did fine.
All right.
We'll go to Jacob Steinberg.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned it earlier how it seemed like Dante had his strongest performance or one of his stronger performances recently. What has your message been to him over the past recent weeks, and just how big is his offensive versatility? How much of an added dimension does that give your offense?
Yeah, we put a lot on Dante, and he's kind of grown into that role finally. I think his defense has just been spectacular. Post defense to switching screens and guarding quicker, shorter guards. He's just been nothing short of spectacular for us. So, and then he gives us toughness. Once we, they had 18 offensive rebounds at half. I don't know if I've ever had a team give that up before. Maybe I have, but the second half, his toughness around the rim, and we just got a lot tougher. We limited them to 4. So, but when we're always on Dante to give us more offensively. We want him to, make more threes. We want him to drive the ball more, make passes. He can do all that stuff, be more versatile. And he did it at times last night. So we need him to be aggressive. We need him to hunt things and make plays for himself or others, because, we're really limited on offense. So the more that he can give us, the better.
For our last one today, we'll go to Chris Kerwin from NBC4.
Hi, Coach. We were allowed to see some of your reaction last night coming off the court and in the locker room. Is that normal for you, or is it ratcheted up a notch because of the wild ride you guys have been on?
It was ratcheted up. I was so darn happy. It's what a grind of all grinds. We were picked 12th, maybe 11th, whatever you want to say. We're in the NCAA tournament. We win a game. We're 4-9. I mean, we were done. We were buried, guys. We never quit, but to be playing our best basketball, to stay the course, to do it with great kids. Just so happy. I was really happy. Have the family here, have other families here, and just to win a game. It was fun, and the guys to play well. I mean, they were just tough. I mean, unbelievable toughness last night. And so, was I a little more animated? Yeah, maybe I was, but man, I was happy. I was so thrilled and so proud of our guys. So I wanted to make sure they knew how proud I was and how happy I was. And, we're lucky to be a part of this. People would do anything to be where we are. So we're trying to enjoy it. And the guys played their tails off. Really happy for them.
All right. Thank you for your time, Coach.
All right, guys. Thanks.